I have many a fond memory on the shores of Breaking Point. I like to think of it as the county's keeper capital, its hijinkery hotspot for the shenanigan and hanging lot. The last time I was there, I saw a beach ball shaped like a lemon. Ha! If you can imagine such a thing. What will they think of next?
Hard work may or may not pay off. Students are reminded to stop what you're doing and listen to me. Please put your pencils down. Only kidding.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Today I balance two hats jauntily on my one singular head. My regular disc jockeying hat is joined by my occasional chef hat. Yes, I'll be taking you all over 2 Point County as I recount my latest culinary travels when I set out to find the finest foods our great county has to offer. Just a hungry man and his hatchback. It's a tale as old as time.
Required in lecture theatre. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Announcement: flatmates aren't always flat.
The culinary world is a lot like the real world. There are places, there are smells, there's a chance you'll get lost. After a series of wrong turns, now 60 miles off course, I was treated to the first food of my trip. A wondering puffed pastry and something I believe to be meat. The buttery sausage-style matter mingled playfully with hints of pine from my air freshener. It was unexpected. It was dangerous. It was cold in the middle.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Failing an assignment is not the end of the world, but it could be the start.
Finest milkshakes in 2 Point County. At the Oily Cormorant, they'll serve you a traditional malt in an old leather boot and throw in a salt and vinegar egg. You just cannot beat it. Milkshakes are a great tradition. They're in our blood. In fact, I once received medical attention after enjoying a few dozen shakes and was told that my blood was over 60% ice cream. How we laughed.
Announcement. The campus is not responsible for anything that happens in the science lab.
cheesy gubbins are back. Where did they go? Nowhere! Cheesy gubbins. The only thing you can count on.
Janitor needed in dormitory.
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. I'm a huge fan of Yeti cuisine. Yes, our neighbors to the north really know their way around a kitchen. From stews and pickles to 5-tiered sandwiches and, of course, their pies. Cold hands make the boldest pastry, after all, and it is freezing up there. You really must try it. It's the food of the people, and those people are Yetis.
It doesn't matter how desperate you are. No urinating on campus facilities. students might want to try something else.
I was famished when I arrived at the Royal Tumble Hotel, so much so that I took advantage of my kitchenette and feasted greedily on some toast. When I returned from a walk, I was stunned to find that all Crumbage had been decrumbled. The bed was made and the toilet spotless. Every sign of life had been washed away. You've got to ask yourself, had I really been staying here? Indeed, do I exist at all? Lovely stuff!
The campus is expanding, even more than usual. Janitor needed in library.
This trip was all about regional delights and cultural differences. One man's casual vol-au-vent is another's world-shattering epiphany. The people of Smogley have been crusting and dusting their fish for as long as anyone can remember. But at the recently opened What's the Batter, they use a unique cheesy gubbin crumb. Ho 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 ho! I can safely say that it was the cheesiest fish this DJ had ever eaten. That's a winner.
Despite the rumours, the campus grounds are not a toilet. needed in dormitory. Is technically but not socially optional.
Hope you enjoyed today's show as much as I enjoyed my trip around this wonderful, mysterious county of ours. But for now, all of this talk about food has made me hungry. So I'm off to the fridge to take out the first thing I find and cover it in mayonnaise. Until next time, I've been Ricky Hawthorne. Cheers!
Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. bathroom. Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat.
You're listening to Campus Radio. I'm Maggie Watmore, and I just learned what this button does. I'm not sure when I would use it, but I suppose it's good to know. One more time. Excellent. Editor required in lecture theatre. Academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do?
Yes, it's not quite business as usual here at Duckworth Campus Food Court, where one of the servers has lost a contact lens. Unfortunately, they do believe the lens was lost during the preparation of a particularly big lasagna. They're asking every student to check their portion before they chew. But as of yet, no sight of the missing lens.
The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus. Janitor required in bathroom. Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you.
Here's Wanda, who'll be telling us the coolest way to get around the county. Yes, the bus is the new hot way to travel. Have you been on the bus? Oh, it's amazing. They're like huge cars. I am obsessed. And you don't have to drive. You can look at the scenery, check your phone, all the fun stuff you usually do while driving. But this way, it's much more safe.
Students should check in before trying to learn. should work smarter and harder.
New to the Crumley student range, chicken stompers. Take the smoothest natural chicken matter from Crumley Farms boneless chickens. Add our secret seasoning and a touch of traditional stabilizing agent and stamp. You've got Crumley's chicken stompers. Breaded for palatability, they really could be anything. Just like Mama used to make.
Student requests are often heard, but not always listened to. Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you. Doesn't matter how desperate you are. No urinating on campus facilities.
That's all from us today at Campus Radio. As expected, there wasn't really a good opportunity to use that button during the show, so before we leave, I thought we'd have one more go. There you have it.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Janitor required in bathroom. Doesn't matter how desperate you are. No urinating on campus facilities. Janitor required in student lounge. Liquids in the computer lab, for obvious reasons.
It's the Harrison Wolf Show, baby. All right. Hey, this is Harrison Wolf, and thanks for stopping by. Today, we're going to be talking about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. The one thing you need when things are getting hairy. You hear something funny outside, or you're just hiding from the milkman. That's right. Today, we're talking panic rooms.
students have a long way to travel. Is that their problem or ours? Provides healthcare for its students. Well, it should.
Every good panic room starts with its supplies. Now some things are a must. Your crackers, your flashlight, your bottles of water, sure. But don't be afraid to show some personality. I, for one, keep a bowling ball in my panic room. I find it's the perfect place to practice.
End of year is approaching. It's too late to start trying. Summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Janitor to repair machinery. Janitor needed in shower room.
Breakfast can be hard for us all.
Toast again? Ugh, I hate it here!
Uh-oh, give those heckling kids something new to chew on. A Lee Hoglog cereal combines 4 times of wheat with a salty crunch of crispy pork skin.
Now taking students for general knowledge. Janitor required in lecture theatre. Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you.
Here's a question from Gyro in Duckworth. What are some of your favorite panic room pastimes? Thanks for the question, Gyro. I find that you can have a lot of fun with a little bouncy ball. In fact, one time I was bouncing, lost track of time, and it turned out that I'd been doing it for 16 hours. I went cold turkey after that, meaning I was hungry, and took a turkey sandwich out of the freezer. Turkey.
Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. Failing students might want to try something else.
What do I mean by that? Well, you could do a number of things. You could have a trapdoor for sneaky getaway. You could install your panic room in a hall of mirrors. Or you could hang a sign on the door that says, "Out for lunch." They won't know what's hit them.
The campus is expanding, even more than usual. Despite the rumours, the campus grounds are not a toilet. Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you.
Let's take one more question before we wrap up here. Here's a good one. What type of wood would you recommend for the furniture in your panic room? Well, you can't go wrong with oak. That baby's a classic for a reason. Me, personally, I like maple. It's heavy, and I like the added water resistance. Plus, it's fun to say. Maple.
Janitor required in bathroom. Students with medical issues should go to the health clinic.
Before you all head off to build your brand new panic rooms, don't forget to take a radio so Harrison can come along for the ride. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Harrison, can't they track me with the frequencies? And the answer is probably yes, but the Harrison Wolf Show is worth the risk. Happy hiding, listeners.
Janitor required in lecture theatre. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Janitor required to install upgrade. Assistant needed in the student union.
Yes, it's that time again. Initiation week. We'll be trying to see through the hazing as every club, society, and group with matching hats gets together to welcome their newest members by, well, sort of harassing them a bit.
Janitor required in bathroom. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus.
It's time for an Initiation Week tip from our resident student expert, Maggie Watmore. I join every club because I don't want to miss out on any potentially precious campus experience. Unfortunately, quite a lot of the events do clash, but if you make a schedule and run really fast between them, you can do it all. You might be known as the person that comes late and leaves running before the end, but you know, it's important to leave an impression.
Summer break would be a convenient time for construction. The campus is expanding, even more than usual. The campus has opened a new building. Good for us.
We're back with our Initiation Week special and how to handle it with style. Initiation Week provides all of us with a lot of choices. But I wanted to take the time to remind you that you don't have to choose any of them. There's something so overdone about clubs on campus, don't you think? Haven't we all had enough backgammon and volleyball? Fun doesn't have to be organized.
The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Most students love Roach Burger. And we've been looking for the right way to say thanks. But we're just not there yet. Introducing the Roach Burger Student Meal. It's the same as our regular Roach Burger meal, but with a slightly smaller drink. Here's to you, students. We heard you, and thanks.
Janitor to clean up the place. Thank you. Medical issues can interfere with your studies. Go to the nurse and get back to work. Despite the rumours, the campus grounds are not a toilet. Student support can be found in student support. Janitor to maintain lectern. Thank you.
listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Good day, I'm Ricky Hawthorne, and welcome to the show. On my drive in this morning, I was speedily overtaken by a car full of whippersnappers, pipsqueaks, and good-for-somethings. I couldn't tell what they were chanting, but it certainly did look like fun. So today, only partly because I've got nothing else planned, I thought I'd pay tribute to those young people by telling you a few stories from my glory days.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Announcement. Flatmates aren't always flat. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
For those of you who don't know how I spent my formative years, I was born, bred and buttered right here in 2 Point County before attending what was then called 2 Point University. I think it's still called that now, but it was then too. Anecdotes coming up, but first, here's another toe tapper.
The academic year is now over. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year.
When it comes to food, sometimes simple living is happy living. Don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly lucky to eat a wide range of things nowadays, from chicken sandwiches to pastas of seemingly infinite shapes and lengths. But I'll never forget that time at university when I lived off an enormous block of cheddar. I was said to be mostly cheese by the end of term, and you know, I think they were right.
To repair machinery. Janitor required in bathroom. Are reminded to bounce back from heart-wrenching disappointment.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne. On 2 Point Radio. One summer, some friends and I headed north on a fisherman's pilgrimage to Tumble. I tell you, there's no freedom like it. Just a group of mates, their matching bucket hats, and a case of antique fishing flies. Pure bliss.
Announcement. Healthy body, healthy mind. I came up with that. Medical issues can interfere with your studies. Go to the nurse and get back to work. Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet.
It may come as a surprise to some of you, but the young Hawthorne was something of a prankster. Yes, once at school, the gang and I bought several thousand soft drawing pencils, and in the dead of night, swapped them with our school supply of much harder standard issue pencils. I only wish you could have seen the look on Mr. Featherbridge's face when he tried taking registration the next morning. Well, the man was livid. Unfortunately, two of the boys were expelled for breaking and entering. Don't trespass, kids.
data needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Students with pastoral issues should go to student support.
I want to stress that I don't think a young person's life is all fishing trips and A-grade hijinkery. No. I also took a great deal of substance from the many mentors and role models in my young life. I'll never forget the professor who took my Introduction to Advanced Thinking course at university. He once told me, "Ricky, I don't think you'll ever understand what I'm saying." And he was right. A very wise man, that one.
Over. Students must vacate the campus. Students are reminded that I'm talking to you directly.
Thanks for joining me on a lovely walk down memory lane. Before we go, I just wanted to remind you that glory days aren't just for the young amongst us. In truth, there's nowhere I'd rather be than here, with you, at 2 Point Radio. Today's show was sponsored by Bungle Kitty Litter, the litter tray that'll make your critter's day.
You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Janitor to repair machinery. The campus provides healthcare for its students. Well, it should. Janitor needed to install upgrade. Thank you.
Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. Congratulations, you found me. It's the Wolfman, Harrison Wolf, bringing you the truth from an undisclosed location here on 2 Point Radio. Let's start thinking some radical thoughts while you listen to a piece of pre-digested popular music. All right? All right.
Enjoy your summer. I know I will.
We know students love Roach Burger, and we've been looking for the right way to say thanks. But we're just not there yet. Introducing the Roach Burger Student Meal. It's the same as our regular Roach Burger meal, but with a slightly smaller drink. Here's to you, students. We heard you, and thanks.
Students should check in before trying to learn. library.
Chai's meat wizard?